Why does China want Taiwan so badly? At first glance, Taiwan appears to be just another island off the coast of China. It covers a relatively small area and has a population of around 23 million people. Yet despite its size, Taiwan sits at the center of one of the most important and potentially dangerous geopolitical disputes in the modern world. The tension between China and Taiwan is not simply a disagreement over territory. It involves history, politics, military power, economics, technology, and the balance of power in Asia. What happens between China and Taiwan could affect not only the people living on both sides of the Taiwan Strait, but also the global economy and international security. To understand why China wants Taiwan so badly, we first need to look at history. The roots of the conflict can be traced back to the Chinese Civil War, which lasted for decades between the Chinese Communist Party and the Nationalist Party, Party, also known as the Kuomintang. In 1949, the Communists emerged victorious and established the People's Republic of China on the mainland. The nationalist government retreated to Taiwan, taking millions of supporters with them and continuing to operate from the island. From that point onward, two separate governments existed. One governed mainland China, while the other governed Taiwan. For many years, both governments claimed to be the legitimate government of all China. Over time, however, Taiwan developed its own political identity and eventually transformed into a vibrant democracy. Today, Taiwan elects its leaders through democratic elections, maintains its own military, issues its own passports, and manages its own economy. In practice, Taiwan functions like an independent country. China, however, sees the situation very differently. Beijing maintains that Taiwan is an inseparable part of China and that reunification is a national objective that must eventually be achieved. Chinese leaders view the issue as a matter of sovereignty and national unity. For China, Taiwan is not merely a foreign policy issue. It is tied to national pride, historical memory, and the country's vision of its future. But history alone does not explain the intensity of China's interest in Taiwan. Taiwan occupies a strategically important location in East Asia. The island lies along what military strategists call the First Island Chain, a series of islands stretching from Japan through Taiwan and the Philippines. This chain plays a significant role in the movement of military forces throughout the Western Pacific. If China were to gain control of Taiwan, it would gain greater access to the Pacific Ocean and potentially expand its military influence far beyond its coastline. Many analysts believe Taiwan's location makes it one of the most strategically valuable pieces of territory in the world. Control of Taiwan could alter military calculations throughout the region and significantly affect the security policies of neighboring countries such as Japan, South Korea, and the Philippines. The economic importance of Taiwan is equally significant. Taiwan is home to some of the world's most advanced semiconductor manufacturers. Semiconductors, often referred to as computer chips, are the tiny components that power modern technology. They are found in smartphones, computers, vehicles, medical devices, telecommunications equipment, industrial machinery, and advanced military systems. Without semiconductors, much of modern life would come to a standstill. Taiwan produces a substantial share of the world's advanced chips, making it a critical link in global supply chains. Many of the world's largest technology companies depend on chips manufactured in Taiwan. As a result, any disruption to Taiwan's semiconductor industry could have consequences for businesses and consumers across the globe. This economic importance has made Taiwan a matter of international concern. Governments around the world recognize that instability in the Taiwan Strait could affect everything from consumer electronics to national security. The United States has become one of the most important players in this situation. Although the United States officially recognizes the government in Beijing, it also maintains close unofficial ties with Taiwan. For decades, Washington has provided Taiwan with defensive military equipment and has emphasized the importance of maintaining peace and stability in the region. American policymakers argue that preserving stability in the Taiwan Strait is essential for global security and economic prosperity. China strongly opposes foreign involvement in the issue. Chinese officials frequently criticize arms sales to Taiwan and view foreign support for the island as interference in China's internal affairs. This disagreement has become one of the most sensitive issues in U.S.-China relations. In recent years, tensions have grown significantly. China has expanded its military capabilities and increased military activities near Taiwan. Fighter jets, warships, and military exercises have become increasingly common around the island. These operations are often interpreted as signals of China's determination to pursue reunification and demonstrate its growing military strength. At the same time, Taiwan has invested heavily in strengthening its defenses. The island has modernized its military, improved its training programs, and worked closely with international partners to enhance its security. Many countries in the region are watching these developments carefully. Japan, for example, has expressed concerns that a conflict involving Taiwan could have serious consequences for regional stability. Other nations are also preparing for the possibility of increased tensions. Despite the military activity, most analysts believe that all sides understand the enormous risks associated with a full-scale conflict. A war over Taiwan would likely have devastating consequences. Global trade routes could be disrupted. Financial markets could experience severe shocks. Supply chains could break down. Millions of people could be affected. The conflict could also draw in major powers, transforming a regional dispute into a broader international crisis. For this reason, many governments continue to encourage dialogue, diplomacy, and peaceful solutions. The future of Taiwan remains uncertain. China continues to insist that reunification is inevitable. Taiwan continues to maintain its self-governing system and democratic institutions. The United States and other countries continue to monitor developments closely. What is certain is that Taiwan's importance extends far beyond its borders. It is a place where history, technology, economics, military strategy, and international politics all intersect. The decisions made in Beijing, Taipei, Washington, and other world capitals over the coming years could shape the future of Asia and influence the global balance of power for decades to come. The question remains, will the Taiwan issue be resolved peacefully, or could it become one of the defining geopolitical conflicts of the 21st century? Only time will tell.